Hello guys, this is Sarah Prezioso. I'm just showing you how to use the North Carolina Foundations for Early Learning and Development. Typically I would have showed you that in class, but we ran out of time today. So this is the cover document. I am using the electronic or PDF version, and I will happily show you where I've posted this link on Moodle. I'll show you that right now. So if you go to the 151 page, and I actually posted it under here right under course resources. So there's that for you. I'll probably also make a copy and put it under the week that we're working on. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to show you a little bit about how this document works. Okay. All right, so this page is just the introduction page. I've skipped a few pages just to kind of show you what it is. This tells you about how foundations can be used. It's really to improve teachers' knowledge of child development, guide teachers' plans for implementing curricula, establish goals for children's development and learning that are shared across programs and services, and inform parents and other family members on age-appropriate expectations for children's learning and development. So since I've talked to you a little bit about my concern about others, non-early childhood people, understanding what we do in early childhood, this is a great document to help really support your claims about what you're teaching children and how it supports development. So I'm going to go to the next page. Is going to show you a little bit about the layout of what the developmental page or the goals and sub-goals look like. So this is just a sample, and I want to point out some of these key things here. My office phone is ringing. So one thing that you'll notice is that this page is color-coded. All of the developmental domains are color-coded, and what you'll notice is that they will have the domain listed. So this first thing listed here is an APL, or approach to play and learning, and this refers to kind of the general domain. So then underneath it you will have a subdomain, and this defines the area specifically that, in this case, what the APL is referring to. Directly under that will be the developmental goal. So you'll see here it says goal APL 1, and so that's actually the goal. And then this is the developmental indicators. So you'll see that it's actually in a range from infants to older preschoolers. So the next page I'm going to show you will actually specify what those different age groups are. So let's go to the next page and you can take a look at that. So right here it has the age periods, and what it talks here about is how you'll see overlaps of these ages because there's differences in children's development. Okay, and then it actually just gives you some developmental indicator numbering system here. It gives you the abbreviations for the domains, and I'm getting ready to show you some of those. It gives you the developmental goal and then the indicator level. So the next page I'm going to show you is, it's just going to tell you a little bit about how developmental indicators should be used. And then I'm not really going to cover this section, but you'll want to make sure that you read it. Goals and developmental indicators should be used to promote development of the whole child, provide a common set of expectations for children's development, at the same time validating the individual differences, promoting shared responsibility, emphasizing the importance of play, supportive environments, and things like that. So the last pages I'm going to show you are the summaries of the developmental domains. So you've seen this page already from the APL page. So we said APL, and you'll see that all the APLs are color-coded in orange. So when you flip through the paper book, you'll notice that they're color-coded. So the next page, and those are all the APLs, the next page is here in blue, is the emotional and social development. And so you see it broken down by those different subdomains. Next in purple is health and physical development, again broken down into subdomains. In red, and it looks a little pink on my screen, it's really red in your book, this is language development and communication, again broken down by subdomains. And then This last one is cognitive development, again broken down into subdomains. So the way that I want you to use this document for your assignment is to be able to identify developmental goals that children may be learning or reaching based on the activity that you are assigning them to do. So what you would identify would be, let's say that children are making a 2D art project. So you may want to identify one of these two as a developmental goal. Children demonstrate appreciation for different forms of artistic expression. So you could use goal CD4. And then you're also thinking about their cutting and their pasting and things like that. So that may be a fine motor skill. So we're going to come up here to physical development, or health and physical development, and look at motor development. And then here, HPD5, children develop small muscle control and hand-eye coordination to manipulate objects and work with tools. If you need additional information about some of these goals, if you flip later in the book, you'll find those pages that look like this one we looked at a few minutes ago, that actually give all of the details. Okay, so you can flip through later in the book. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.